Right, that's enough of that. Now let me go through the memes. We have a look at the memes on the Further Emergence Instagram feed. First one is a quote from Carl Jung, and he says, "I studiously avoided all so-called holy men. I did so because I had to make do with my own truth, not accept from others what I could not attain on my own. I must shape my life out of myself, out of what my inner being tells me, or what nature brings to me." Carl Jung. Who was great, who's quite an interesting character in lots of ways, for lots of reasons. But this idea of avoiding so-called holy men, I was only writing about this 2 weeks ago, about gurus and spiritual teachers. And if you've listened to me, if you've listened to the podcast or listened to these videos, you'll know that I always kind of say that the time of the spiritual teacher, the spiritual master, the guru is over. It ended about 15, 20 years ago. And now we have to all figure it out for ourselves, which makes it harder because there's no one there to tell us how it is. I mean, there are. I mean, geez, look on internet, look on internet, look on YouTube, and you'll see them. They're all there, still perpetuating the old model, the old consciousness, really. Because there was a time for them. There was a time when we needed it. We needed somebody to kind of go, here's what to do. And I certainly needed one. My spiritual teacher was Barry Long. And I suppose being close to Barry and really getting to see how the guru dynamic worked, and how, while on the one hand it was great, on the other hand it was quite disempowering, because it was very hard to get over it, to get beyond it. And what I was writing about this week, or 2 weeks ago, in my blog, I don't like to use that word. Can we come up with a better word for when one writes? My collected works, my essays, I don't know what to call them, but anyway, in my blog, which I include when I send out my friendly notes on Sundays. And if you're not subscribed for those, what are you doing with your life? And if you want to subscribe to those, not to the video, well, I mean, yeah, sure, isn't that what everybody says on YouTube? Like and subscribe? Sure, do that. But also, if you want to get a friendly note from me every week, every Sunday, yeah, go to the website, furtheremergence.com. Anyway, what I was saying was that if you listen to how gurus talk to their students, it's a really good indication of how they talk to themselves on the inside. So I can talk about Barry. Like, Barry was very, like, I remember saying one time that he thought of his mind as being like a mouse, and he was a cat perched on the mouse hole, and every time his mind came up, he like jumped on it, okay? Which sounds kind of good in a way. When you hear it initially, you go, oh, okay, he's very on top of his mind. He's very, really on getting in there. But the amount of strain that would bring into your system when you're continually like ready to pounce, because in my experience, and that's something I had to get over, was seeing that all parts of me are equal on the inside. All parts need just as much love and attention, and all parts need to move forward together in consciousness. It doesn't work if one part, some deeper part, decides it's king of the whole operation and just takes over and just squashes all the other parts. That's not loving, as far as I can see. It's not compassionate. All parts need to move forward together. So Barry, talking about jumping on his mind, he talked about sex and the self, and like men are full of sex, and Men are pretty much responsible for all the problems in the world, which, from a certain perspective is true, but you can tell like that was the way he was talking about himself. And if you listen to any guru talking to their students, that's their self-talk. Like in the thing I was writing, which is called Guru Self-Talk, if you're looking for it, I talked about this story about Krishnamurti. Krishnamurti was great, and particularly his writing, very good. But if you listen to him talking, he sounds very like, are you all stupid? Why don't you get this? Why are you all so stupid? That's what he's kind of, the vibe, which is kind of the way he talks to himself. And I read his biography years and years ago. It's very interesting. Krishnamurti's story is very interesting. But there's a part in his biography where the biographer, Mary Lutyens, I think is how you pronounce her name, was saying that every night he would wake up in the middle of the night, terrified, and he would talk like a little boy. And he would refer to himself in the third party. He would refer to himself as K. And he would say things like, when is K coming back? And, they would have to kind of hold him and take care of him the way you would a small child. And it's a bit of an indication of that's how it was inside. Deeper part had come up and dominated him so much that this little part could only come out at night. It's quite sad, really, But try it out for yourself. Listen to any guru. Anybody who's on the internet banging away about this is the truth and this is how you should live your life. That's how they talk to themselves. That's how it is on the inside. So old Carl was onto something with the studiously avoiding so-called holy men. For myself, I kind of listen to everybody because everybody's got something. And it sort of works the discernment muscle to not just shut off everybody and go, oh my God, that person's so annoying, I'm just not going to listen to them. I don't do that, but I listen to everybody, see what they've got to say, and cherry pick the stuff that resonates with me, the good stuff, and everything else I just kind of leave with them. I don't kind of make them wrong. I'm sure it's true in their reality. It just doesn't fit into mine. So yeah, have a look, listen to the old gurus. You'll hear it. You'll hear exactly what I'm talking about. And discernment, that's the thing.